Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'm going to be sharing with you the last 3 products from the Revolution Jewel collection. This one is the Rose Gold collection. I've already shared with you the gold and the silver collection and those videos will be linked down below. But this is the Rose Gold palette and it looks like this. So it's got exactly the same design on the front as the other 2, but this time it is rose gold. On the back it looks like that, so exactly the same. You've got the Revolution logo, the name of the palette, and this one is called Deluxe. You've got the numbers there, so the numbers of the pans and then the ingredients, and that it is cruelty free as well. This one retails for £10. You can pick it up from revolutionbeauty.com, superdrug.com and also Superdrug stores, and I will have the links down below. I know yesterday I said in the video that the silver palette, the opulent palette, was available at superdrug.com, and on checking that it wasn't actually there. So I did actually apply that in the notes in my yesterday's video. But they were, well, all 3 were available within the Superdrug store within Norwich. So yeah, if you can't find what you want on the Superdrug website within this collection because it may have already sold out, then do check your local Superdrug store that sells the Revolution brand. Okay, so that's the palette, what it looks like on the outside. On the inside it has again a huge mirror. Turning it upside down, it looks like that, not this, it looks like that. It's a little bit of a mix. Now, yesterday's palette only had 6 matte shades. If you like your shimmers, you're going to love this one because you can halve those mattes for this palette. You've only got 3. So the matte shades in this palette, you've got this one here, which is like a muted orange. You have got this one here, which is a beautiful like cranberry shade, and then you have this deep brown here, and they are the only mattes within this palette. So what I would say again, I mean I said it in yesterday's video, the opulent palette needed more mattes and this one definitely does. I actually used all 3 mattes within the eye look, but it does need more. Those shades will not cover everybody's skin tone, and I just feel that to have 3 mattes in a palette and then you've got all of these shimmers, you are very limited as to what you can create as an eye look. Yes, you can add a lot of shimmers, but I don't know. It just seems that the palette needs more mattes, just like yesterday's. What I'm going to do now is swatch the 6 top shades. We'll get into the eye look and then I'll share with you the other 2 products. So the first shade is called Sprung. So that is Sprung. Again, that actually didn't swatch. Let me just move my mirror to make it easier. That again, just like the last shade from yesterday, didn't swatch terribly well. The next one is Lusting. That's better. So that's Lusting. Then we have Storm. So that is Storm there. Then we have Tactic. That is Tactic. We also have Replay. So that's Replay. That's swatched beautifully. And then the last one is called Confident. And that one is Confident. It does seem that the further on along with the shades, so starting here and finishing there, they actually swatch better as I went along. That one didn't swatch terribly well, and that is the one I'm using on my eye today. What I will say, because I found that yesterday actually, is the one that I wore on my eye didn't swatch terribly well on the arm, but it applied really well. It also lasted really well as well, because it was still on my eyelid by the end of the day, about 10 o'clock. So that's actually about 10-11 hours wear. Okay, so that's the 6 shades that I wanted to share with you, and the fact that there is only 3 mattes in here. I do feel that with this one, it is a rose gold palette, but when you open it up, I don't know, it just is not giving me, I don't know, it's not inspiring me as much as the Gilded palette. I think out of the 3, the Gilded palette is my favourite, but of course it is just personal preference. Now I'm just moving my mirror back. Okay, so starting off with, as always, the eye contour brush from Primark. I'm going in with the shade Still, which is that very first matte shade. It's peach, so I'm just going to apply that. Now, it's a little bit tricky. I mean, I wanted to use all of the shades to show you how it worked, but I mean, the look looks okay. But like I say, I'm not inspired. How can I get inspired by just 3 mattes? You know, that is the base, and I just feel that you need more within this palette. I get from, you know, the outside that it is, you know, all about the shimmer, but I just feel to make a cohesive eye look, you really need more mattes. So I was disappointed yesterday with the 6 shades, and today I'm even more disappointed to see that this one has only got the 3. I'm now going into the red matte shade, which is called Babyface. Again, I'm using the Primark PS Eye Contour brush, and I'm just going to blend that in. So I'm going from the crease upwards. I think what I would have preferred is, if we're going in with a shade like Babyface, which is quite pink, I would have preferred a like a light pink base, rather than the first shade being quite so orange. I don't know why, but when I applied it on this side, it just looked a little bit like a bruise. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of. You've got the red, sorry, you've got the orange on the outside, then you've got that pink shade, not red, and it just reminded me of a bruise. So yeah, just be very, very careful with those 2 shades. I'm just going to put Still underneath the eye, so that's the very first like muted orangey like apricot shade. Just putting that under there to start with. Okay, then I'm going in with the red shade, or pink shade. I keep saying red, but it's pink. Like that, a bit more. And then I'm now going in, and I'm using this brush, which is the 252 eyeshadow blending brush from Primark. I'm going into the 3rd matte shade, which is that brown shade called All Night, and I'm starting to deepen out the crease now. Now again, I'm not putting any of these mattes on the lid, just because I want the lid shade to pop basically. So, and I'm going to just actually take that cranberry shade a little bit higher this side, like that, and bring it out. That's better. A little bit more on the other side, like that. So now I'm going to continue to deepen up that V. I actually found this brown shade a little bit tricky to blend out. It was a little bit of a stubborn shade. It didn't want to blend out at all. It just wants to stay where you put it. So I had to go in actually quite a lot with the first eye, and this is another reason why I like to do one eye off camera. It then prepares me a little bit for the formula, and I can then talk a little bit more about it in depth. But yeah, I did find that that third shade, All Night, just a little bit stubborn. I was a little bit worried actually about doing it on camera because it took me about half an hour to do the first eye, but because I know now how it performs, it makes it a little bit easier. So I think we're nearly done with that shade. I'm just going to blend out the edges a little bit more because I think we may have lost that first shade. Like that. Okay. Now I went in with the shimmer shade Sprung, which is the first shade within the top row. So I'm just going to pop that on, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So even though, let me just show you that again, this didn't swatch very well at all, it actually applies beautifully on the eye. Now I'm going in with my pencil brush, which is the PS Pro Shading Eye Brush, and I'm now going in with the shade Dodge, which is this one here. So that shimmer shade there. I wanted to have a little bit of pink to it to go along with the rest of the look. So there we have the shimmer applied. I'm just going in with a brush just to blend that out like that. I'm now, so that's basically the eyeshadows applied. I'm now going in with the Pigment Pomade in Jet Black. You actually saw me use this quite a lot last week. It looks like this in the pot. I've just got, and that's what it looks like. You can see now I've used it a lot. I've got a brow angled brush. I don't know where this one came from, but any angled brush will work. And I'm just going to line my lid. It also works beautifully over the top of eyeshadow. Sometimes I find it a little bit tricky when you're putting the eyeliner over the top. But yeah, it works beautifully just to go over the top of eyeshadow. I'm now going to apply the Mascara Revolution. I'm just going to clean that off a little bit like that. So that's the mascara applied. That brush makes very light work of that. I'm now going in with the liner, which of course is my Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Liner. So just apply a little bit of that. So that is the eye look complete. I'll just give you a little look. So what I would say about this palette is it definitely needs more mattes. It does create a beautiful eye look. I do like it, but with 3 mattes, it just doesn't inspire me. So I'll just show you the mattes that I used. So I used this one, that one, and that one, and that's all you've got. Love, again, this top row. Absolutely stunning eyeshadows. But yeah, it just doesn't inspire me. Okay, just because obviously you're limited. Now moving on to the next product, which is the Jelly Highlighter. The shade for this one is Prestigious, and of course it is in the rose gold here. Now this one I'm really excited about because, as you know, I've had really good results with these. So I'll just, as always, just swatch this. Wow. That's what that looks like. I hope that it looks okay. I'm going to put a little of this one on. This looks quite deep actually. So let's see what this one looks like. Again, absolutely beautiful. It blends like an absolute dream. Now for the side that you're going to be able to see. Hope I didn't put too much on. Ooh, beautiful. Blends absolutely seamlessly into the skin. So I think I put a little bit too much there, but this, oh, it just works so perfectly. Love it, absolutely love it. It just looks like, you know, the sun is hitting your skin. You've got absolutely perfect skin, and it's just bouncing off the skin. That's what it looks like. It is just an absolutely divine product, and this is only £6. I'll again link down below where you can pick it up, but it is the usual places. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky, because I've already used the rose gold luxurious shade in my first video with the gold collection. I think this one suits that better, just because it is so gold. There it is, and it just suits the palette gilded to an absolute T. The shade that I'm going to be using is from the gold collection. Basically these two lids need to be swapped over, and this shade is called Exquisite. So it's from the gold collection, and it's more of a rosier tone, like that. So I'm going to be using this over the top of my Urban Decay lipstick. All products will be listed down below. So I'm just going to put a little bit on and see what this looks like. Now I can't put it into the pot. I haven't actually got a wipe, but I'm going to clean that off next. Now it hasn't got as much of an impact as what I thought it would be or would have. It's given me a beautiful shine, but I can't see any shimmer on my lip. But it has given me a beautiful shine. A little bit less of an impact as I would say luxurious. But yeah, it gives me a lovely, beautiful gloss. And I must say I'm very impressed with these, because again I tested it out, it lasted after eating. Really impressed with these products. So going through the three products that I've got here, the eyeshadow palette definitely needs more mattes. I'm not inspired to create any more looks with this using the 3 mattes. I need more than 3. Love the shimmers and definitely love those top 3 shades. The highlight, again, star of the show, absolutely beautiful. It just looks like it's melted onto my skin. It makes my skin look beautiful, which is what makeup is supposed to do. It's meant to enhance what we already have. The actual lip product, I'm using the gold from the gold collection, the Exquisite shade. Beautiful, but I don't feel that it's as intense as Luxurious. So I still like Luxurious, and I also liked the one that I shared with you yesterday, the Silver collection. Love it. I would say out of all of the products, the lip toppers and definitely the highlights are my favourite, and my favourite palette is the golden palette, Gilded. Absolutely love it. I would love to hear your thoughts about all of this collection, my eye look today, my look as a whole, what you're thinking about this collection, and have you purchased any? I would love to hear that. And as always, if you have just stumbled across my channel, do please subscribe to watch further videos. If you love Makeup Revolution, I should say, and then went back to Makeup Revolution. If you love Revolution, or indeed makeup as much as I do. But until tomorrow, as always, Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.